Hey, it's going. So we're going to have a look at the different screens of the Nate Crony, the features, how they work. So you've connected to the Wi-Fi, you've got the Nate Crony up and running. This is the default D-Shot screen. This is typically where you're going to do a lot of your work. If we look at the top, you've got the beautiful Nate Crony sign. You've got links to the setup screen and links to the Wi-Fi screen as well. So when you take a shot, you're going to get the speed and you're going to get the energy readings up there. Nice big bold. We can see we take a shot there. We've got the speed and the energy there. We can switch between imperial, feet per second, and foot pounds, and metric, meters per second, and joules. You can also see here that we've got the current configured pellet weight. If you change that, that'll immediately take effect. Any further shots will be having the energy calculated with that new pellet. We've got the shot count of the current string. So here is the current string here. That's the shot count. We've got 4 shots. And of that current shot string, we've got the minimum maximum speed, minimum maximum energy. So what we've also got 4 save slots. So we can take our current string, save it in slot 1, save it in slot 3. We can also clear those slots independently as well. We can clear the current string, and there it is there. So you can see that when we take a shot, you've got a wait delay there. That's configurable. We'll get to that in a second. In terms of how many shots can you save, I have tested 200. So 200 in the current string and 200 in each of the 4 slots, giving you a total of 1,000 shots that it will save reliably. I tested up to about 1,500. Started to get a little slow. It was still working. I wouldn't recommend going above that. The other cool thing is because this is a web page, you can simply go here and save the web page. So if you want to save those shots, you want to do some more testing, you can basically save that web page to your device, clear everything, go again, and you can open up that web page later on the device. If you've got things in save slots, you can simply highlight, copy and paste into a spreadsheet. You can do more calculations, anything you want. Really easy to get data off the device and into something like a spreadsheet or wherever you want to get your data. It's just a web page, really nice to work with. If we look at our setup screen, so you can shoot in the setup screen. It's a little bit ugly, but it does work, and you can see what's happening here as well. So you've got your readout in foot pounds, and also in your metric there. You've got the current pellet weight, you've got the shot or weight signal, and then you've got your current string here. Again, this isn't really designed to do work. It's just there to say, hey, it's working if you change something. Our currently configured the pellet weight, currently at 10.5. If we change that, we hit set, we can see that it instantly changes. So if you change the pellet weight, it'll take it in effect for all shots from that point forward. Here we can see we've got the shot weight adjust. When you take the shot, it'll wait 3 seconds, hold the results on the screen before going again. We can go faster. So if we want it to hold half a second only, we take a shot, bang, next one, we're ready. So you can do some really quick testing if you don't want to wait, or if you want it to hold on the screen for a little bit longer, you can increase that timer. And we're waiting for 5 seconds now. It'll hold those shots on the screen. You can have a look, a nice little feature. The other odd feature, why you'd need it, I'm not sure, but it's a feature nonetheless. If you want to change the speed that it reads out at. So the default is 500. If you need to match another chronograph for whatever reason, and you're getting different results between the Nate Crony and the other one, because the other one's clearly inaccurate, you can change that here. It'll read faster or slower by 1 foot per second increments there. So that is the setup screen. We've also got the Wi-Fi screen here. So this is where you can configure all the Wi-Fi settings. You can put a password by default. It doesn't have one, but you can put a password on the Nate Crony itself when you can connect to it. About a maximum of 4 people can connect to the Crony's Wi-Fi network. It won't allow anything more than that. So if you need to put a password to stop that, or you don't want other people connecting to your awesome Nate Crony, put a password on it here. Now you can also have the Nate Crony access an existing network either in your home or at the range. I've tested 7 devices connecting to the Nate Crony. If it's on a different network, if it's on an existing Wi-Fi network, I wouldn't want to probably go above 10 It is a simple, small, not very powerful device, which is again why it's so nice and cheap. So don't stress it too much. One thing to note is if you change any of these values, you need to change them all. So make sure you adhere to the Wi-Fi requirements, minimum of 8 characters to set the Wi-Fi password. Change one, change everything. When you connect to an existing network or make a change here and click submit, it's going to reset the Nate Crony and try to connect to that other network as well as to connect to its own network. So you put in some details of an existing network, hit submit, it's going to boot up, connect to that network. You can still connect to the Crony network though. So you connect to the Crony over its own network, and here's the IP address it's got on that other network. So I've configured this to connect to an existing network. I can connect to the existing network on my mobile. I'll then have internet access on that mobile again, and I can connect to the Crony. So something like if you want to add a range and you want to share the screen with other people, this is how you do it. Connect to an existing network, then you can all connect to that particular IP address and everyone can see what's happening on the Nate Crony. So that is a quick run through of the Nate Crony screens. You've got the shoot screen, you've got the setup screen, you've got the Wi-Fi screen. Pretty flexible, all pretty simple and straightforward as well. Happy testing.